Hello, I'm Dr. Dajun. Wang is my family name in China. We always put the family name in front. And I'm a wildlife biologist in School of Life Science, Peking University, China. And here, my wife, who is also a faculty of the same department as me, and will interview me about the course of me raise a fund for the sunbear study in China.
So, Dajun, would you please tell us how you got your start in wildlife biology and conservation?
Yes, I started my conservation biologist career from my PhD program since 1993, and at that time I was working on the wild panda conservation biology study. We radio tracked giant pandas and study on their behavior and habitat, and then I got to know more about pandas. We made friends with all those wild pandas in the field. I got to love all kinds of bear species. So after that, I have been involved in some Asiatic black bear project in Sichuan province, and we also call Asiatic black bears moon bears. And also we have a project on the brown bear conservation in Qinghai Tibetan Plateau. Now I'm ready for a sun bear project.
Then, what is the new bear project you are like to start? Please tell us something about that.
This is about sun bear, and there should be 4 species of bears in China, or we think so, or we hope so. The sun bear is the most rare bear species in China, and normally sun bear distribution is in Southeast Asia, and its furthest north part is in the southern China, which is in Yunnan province in China. There were 2 reports about sun bears in Yunnan province in 1980s, but now we don't know if they are still there and what's the situation of sun bear project. So what we want to do is the sun bear situation now.
Why is it important?
Since we want to do the conservation, you cannot do a conservation on species if you don't know if it is still there and where it exists. So we believe that the moon bear or the Asiatic black bear have a more diversity range of habitat, but for sun bear it is more restricted. We want, if we can find the sun bear, we will have a better understanding about their needs, about their habitat, and then we can lobby our government to make more efforts on the sun bear habitat conservation. And also we want to protect the sun bear from the poachers who want to kill the sun bears for their parts, like the gallbladders for the medicine use and the bear paws for the food. Yeah.
How will you go about the project?
First of all, we will interview the local people to see if we can still find some local people that with a lot of knowledge about sun bear. Normally, the local people will give us a lot of information of the species, and they will bring us to the right location for the species, and they will narrow the survey area for us. That will be great help. And secondly, when we get to this place, we will try to find the evidence of the sunbear existing, and normally they will leave the signs in the forest if they are still there, and both the sunbear and the moon bear will regularly climb up the tree for fruits and nuts. Then they will leave the claw marks on the trees, and we believe they are still there, and we believe we can tell the sunbear and the moon bear claw marks apart. Maybe not always, but we can. And as long as we find the signs of the bears in the forest, we'll put the remote cameras, which we call the infrared triggered cameras, inside this area, and try to find try to get the photos of the sunbear. And this is the kind of evidence we want to find, and we will use this evidence to show the government agencies, and they will put more effort on protecting these sites. And also we are expecting to get a lot of photos of other wildlife in this area. We believe that in these remote areas still a lot of interesting animals other than the bears.
What sort of area is this?
This is in the very south part of Yunnan province, and almost to the south boundary of China. And this is the the first south part of temperature area, and with used to be a lot of big forest, and with very important species like gibbons, elephant, and even the tigers, and of course the sun bears. But since the deforestation in recent years, most of the species had been wiped out. We believe that sun bear may be the last big carnivores in this area, and still may exist. So this is a very important area for the species diversity.
Who will be working with you in this project?
Yes, Dr. Wen Cheng. He's a great partner to work with, especially in this area. And Dr. Wen Cheng now is the postdoctor in our conservation center, and he was from Yunnan province, and he is a very good naturalist, and especially for birding, and he knows a lot of birds in that area, and also he is very familiar with the nature reserves, and both the administration people and the staffs in that area, and he's the perfect person to working in that area, and he has a lot of experience on the wildlife research.